Christmas Day in 2023 marks the second speech that King Charles III has made since he was sworn in as monarch following his mother's passing. The late Queen Elizabeth gave 69 of these iconic speeches during her reign as monarch, with the first ever speech given in 1932 by King George V, reports The Mirror. In 2022, King Charles gave his first Christmas speech, which was recorded from St. George's Chapel in Windsor, the final resting place of his beloved mother. At one point, the King's speech was indeed broadcast live, so that is potentially the reason why people still think this is the case today. However, this speech has been pre-recorded from the royals since 1960, so it can be shown internationally across the Commonwealth so audiences can watch it at a reasonable time. The idea of the reigning monarch giving a speech to the nation was first brought up in 1923, but King George V initially turned the BBC down. However, almost 10 years later, he agreed to read out a message live on the radio, that was written by poet and novelist Rudyard Kipling, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1907. The first ever message was broadcast live from Sandringham, which is where the royal family tend to spend Christmas, but it didn't become a yearly event until later on. In 1937, King George V's son, King George VI, gave the first Christmas broadcast after the abdication of his brother King Edward VIII, who never gave one because his reign was so short, less than a year. This speech was immortalized through the film The King's Speech, which starred Colin Firth, Helena Bonham Carter, and Geoffrey Rush. The imagination of the film showed Colin as the monarch, struggling to overcome his stammer with the support of his speech therapist ahead of the first live broadcast. This annual speech was solidified as a tradition following the Second World War, as according to the royal family's website, they played a large part in boosting morale and reinforcing belief in the common cause. When the war ended, the broadcasts, with their sentiments of unity and continuity, continued as a matter of course throughout the subsequent decades of change. Until 1960, these speeches were all read out live, except for the one given in 1951, which King George VI pre-recorded due to ill health. In 1957, the late Queen gave her first live Christmas broadcast, which was shown on television. 3 years later, in 1960, she switched to pre-recorded messages, and this is how the speeches are given till this day. Join the Daily Record WhatsApp community. Get the latest news sent straight to your messages by joining our WhatsApp community today. You'll receive daily updates on breaking news as well as the top headlines across Scotland. No one will be able to see who is signed up and no one can send messages except the Daily Record team. All you have to do is click here if you're on mobile, select Join Community and you're in. If you're on a desktop, simply scan the QR code above with your phone and click Join Community. We also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. To leave our community, click on the name at the top of your screen and choose Exit Group. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. Don't miss the latest news from around Scotland and beyond. Sign up to our daily newsletter,